As Cobalt Blue was developing the technology for the Broken Hill Cobalt project, we recognised some market opportunities for a cobalt sulfate refinery. Potentially, we could have lower capital cost and operating costs compared to some of our peers based on the technology that we've been developing. We think that there's a great opportunity for a cobalt sulfate refinery in Australia for a number of reasons. Firstly, from a domestic lens, there's a big push to finally have some value-adding industries. We think that a refinery squarely fits within that strategic lens for Australia to take cobalt and turn it into higher value, higher purity cobalt sulfate. This then opens up opportunities for further downstream processing along the battery supply chain. From an international lens, there's a big ask and demand for Australia to start producing these high purity chemicals and then potentially the cathode precursor material, which would combine nickel and cobalt and manganese, or potentially cathode active material, which then combines the lithium into that precursor material. Global metal prices are generally linked to mine supply and demand. However, on the battery supply chain, there are generally recognized 10 steps from the mine, concentrate processing, intermediate chemical refining, chemical processing into precursor materials on the cathode side or on the anode side, and then cell pack manufacturing and so on to ultimately produce a battery that goes into a car. Our chemical refinery that we're proposing would sit at around step 3 and 4. So while the metal supply price might fluctuate around the world, we're really just focused on the intermediate price that we would purchase, so a hydroxide price, and then selling the cobalt sulfate. And so the refinery economics are really linked to the input costs and the output costs of that, which will vary related to the metal supply price, but they're actually not linked at all. Right now, approximately 90% of the battery-grade cobalt sulfate is produced in China. There's a large and growing demand for non-China cobalt sulfate supplies. We're trying to build our refinery to meet that market. The market is still evolving and will continue to grow over time because of updated regulation in the US and EU supply chains.